Ja, Ruthie Edd nisha. Oganislan Kiltachini Bashashin, Torachini Lashashake, Lizatlana Lashanella. Hello, my name is Ruthie Edd. I'm a student at Fort Lewis College. When you introduce yourself, you tell people like who you are and where you come from, and that in itself, the relationship, it expands to everything, to not only other people, relationship with the animals, with the land, with the sky, with the ground, with everything around you. That's what the introduction means. And that is important because it teaches you to respect everything around you, because it all has a place and a relationship with you. And that's why we put such an emphasis on the land, because we realize that we're not above it, we're actually much less than it. And we rely heavily on it because it provides for us. And so because it provides for us, we need to maintain it and preserve it for the future. They protect us. And for us, it's where it defines the regions where we are. Like Debensa, it's not on the reservation anymore, but it's still Navajo land, and so we're still protected when we live there, and it's still it's the Neta, it's the place where we're from. We're protected when we're there, so it's it's the place where we're not supposed to leave. It's not necessarily that we're restricted to it, but it's like, why would we need to leave when we have everything we need in that area? So I see it as a way for us to be, to be mindful that we can only take care of so much. So we shouldn't expand beyond what we can take care of. To be Navajo and to believe in the traditional Dene philosophy, you have to be spiritual. Like, it's not like Western philosophy where you can be secular in it. Spirituality is inherent in Dene philosophy. Like, you have to get up and pray every morning. You have to take care of your body, and you have to be a spiritual person. You have to have good spiritual health to be a healthy person. Good mental health, good physical health, and good health in relationships. So that everything kind of connects with one another, and everything has a relationship with one another, and everything is necessary to live to live out Hojon, to live out beauty. And it all connects, and it's all, a system. Like, obviously, we see a lot of social problems and a lot of, ill that has come from it. And a lot of people are angry and sad, and they don't know how to focus this energy because, it's kind of, it creates, it's so destructive in a way, because it upsets Hojon, and it kind of destroyed our system of living. It destroyed the cycle. It destroyed our mentality in a way as well, because we start to think along Western lines. We start to think as, with a Western worldview, and that is problematic because we know, even if you live off the reservation, even if you, don't have any contact with Dene culture, that, you come from a people that were connected, that did know how to do all of these things, that were, very spiritual, that were, practicing, sustainability, we're practicing good practices, we're practicing, they were living out good lives. At least that's like the mentality was, but when you look outside and you see drugs and alcohol and abuse of all types, it's so hard to believe that, that things will change, that you can go back. But it's not necessarily that you want to go back. It's that we want to create a new, a new time, a new era where we can accept that these things have happened and we can learn from them. But at the same time, we can still have, the main ideals of what Dene philosophy is. My generation, we have a good base. We have a really good base, and we have a lot of theory out there, and now it's like our opportunity to take that theory and put it into practice. Because in everything we do, we see that we're running out of time. There's only so much, if we let if we let things keep going, our culture is going to keep being attacked, and so we need to create, active defenses that revitalize the culture and bring it back and make it even stronger. And at the same time, it's going to change, because that's the nature of everything. It changes, it moves forward. So we have to make sure that that change is good and beneficial for the Dene people. I'm always surrounded by art, and I think that like I said, art was used as an avenue to help focus, and focus the emotion that everyone had kind of been building up. So pain, anger, happiness, everything that it means to be a Native person, they were able to kind of put it on the canvas, put it in the sculpture, put it in their writing. And that is really empowering, and I think that's one of the reasons why I think my parents are so strong, because they had the initiative to do that, and they were kind of the first ones in our family to do that. But then again, it is a tradition within the Navajo culture to be artistic, to kind of focus and engage the world around you. So they were pioneers in their own right, but they encouraged us always as young children to paint and draw and to do those things, so that we could we could have a way to deal with everything that was around us. Because my family's not perfect. We have these issues in our family. We have social issues and social problems, and you see them and you wonder why they're there, and you just have to kind of accept them and actively work to change the reality around you. I didn't paint supercharged Native things all the time. I just painted I painted dolls for a long time. I painted princesses. I painted everything. And it was only as I got older that I was able to focus these ideas and this skill. And that was nice. And then I remember being in middle school, and the Desert Rock, which is it was a coal-fired power plant, and it was being proposed. And I was out there protesting, and we were drawing a lot of pictures that were very anti-Desert Rock, and we knew that it was bad, and we knew why it was bad, and then so we became a little bit more political with our art. And then we realized that art was really a medium, again, this is when it was more apparent to us that art was a medium, that we could use our voices. And so with that, we try to focus on the humor, because that's where art was really strong for us, humor. So my sisters and I, we focus on different parts of humor, and pop culture is one of those things that a lot of people kind of relate with, because it's all around us. It's like the American propaganda, I suppose. And so if we just appropriate it and we make it Native, then it's our way of kind of slowly decolonizing, we claim that back. We claim that, and we're making it Native now, and it's like our little inside joke. I'd like to go back to the reservation. I know it's gonna be hard, but I think it's like what I said with theory. When you go to school, you have a lot of theory, and you kind of just have to live it out, and you have to actively I want to grow as a spiritual person. I want to grow as a person who respects the relationships around me. I want to grow as a person who, has a relationship with the land. And that relationship probably entails, me digging in the dirt and planting things. And, just having that relationship. And then at the same time being able to speak to the wider world, the Western world around me. And I think art will be a good medium for that.